Hey everyone, my name is Alejandra from Wale&Me, and in today's video we're going to be talking about spending the summer in Spain, concretely in the province of Córdoba in the south of Spain. Let's get into it. After a tough few months living in the Netherlands, we've decided to come spend the whole summer in Spain. We have the flexibility to do this because, one, I just quit my job, so I'm much more free to do whatever I want. Two, Warner works remotely and is not location dependent. And third, we figured out a way to do this without spending a fortune. To be able to stay the whole summer in Spain and also not abuse of the hospitality of our family and friends, we are house sitting. In case you have never heard of house sitting before, it's when you go take care of people's homes and pets whilst they are away. We have been doing it for 4 years now. We started when we were traveling around Asia and we absolutely love it. It's a great way to discover a place from a local's perspective because you're living in someone's home. It's also much more comfortable because you have your own place to go back to at the end of the day. And finally, we love animals, so the pets are the best part. House sitting perfectly matches our slow living and traveling style. Now back to where we are right now. We're currently taking care of a cortijo near Rute in Córdoba, Spain. We're taking care of the property, which is quite large, and of their pet turtle, Milo. We're in the middle of nature, surrounded by olive tree fields. We have beautiful views over a lake and our own pool. What more could you ask for? So let me share with you what our typical day here has looked like.
It's 5:15. Just woke up. I'm about to start working. This is how my normal day looks like.
For me to go to the pool, set up for the day, and start listening to my audiobooks. How lucky am I? How is this possible?
Done with work. It's pretty hot out here. So let's get to the pool.
An important thing to take into account when you're visiting anywhere is the local conditions and the resources they have. The south of Spain, and concretely where we're in Córdoba, suffers from a huge water scarcity. So here we're being extra careful with what we do with our water. A few things we're doing is thinking about absolutely every drop we're using. We try to reuse as much water as possible, saving all the water in containers so that we can either use it on the plants if it's very clean, or perhaps reuse it to flush the toilets. And generally we're just making sure no water is wasted.
Obviously having a pool is not great for saving your water. For example, this pool here, it's around 75,000 liters in volume. We've calculated we lose more than 2,000 liters of water a week, which adds up to more than 100,000 liters of water a year. This is mainly caused by wind and sun, and here it's also the lack of humidity. There are a couple of things you can do about this. First, try to protect your pool so the wind doesn't cannot go over it. And of course, you can protect the pool from the sun. There are some really good pool covers out there that you put out over the pool the moment you're not using the pool, and because of that, water cannot evaporate. If you put one on, I read some articles that said they'll save you around 95% of your water evaporation. So you still lose water, but it's a couple of thousand liters of water compared to more than 100,000, which is an insane difference.
But if you have it, enjoy it. Yep, that's me, a 32-year-old who doesn't know how to dive. But don't worry, I'm learning.
Pain, so much pain. Ow.
Mochi ice cream! Now it's time to start our evening duties, but first, dinner. Every evening after dinner, we take Milo out for a walk. Shall we do some butt scratching, Milo? Every sunset here is so stunning. Even though the sun doesn't set on this side, we just love coming to sit on this really cute little bench. And then look at that. How pretty is it? With such a beautiful setting, the hard part has actually been to leave the cortijo. We never felt like it. But we have gone on a few small day trips here and there. First, we went to Córdoba, which is about an hour away. We actually went on 2 separate occasions for a couple of hours each time, but let's just merge the footage and show you this beautiful city. Then we went to Jaén. We only went there because we had to pick up a friend of mine that was coming to spend the weekend. But we're so glad we did, because it's a very underrated city. It is gorgeous, and we had a great time exploring. And the third day out I'm going to show you started off with a nice hike to the lake from our very front door. Good morning, everyone. So obviously we've seen the lake plenty from our house because we have beautiful views, of course, but we haven't gone down to it yet. So today we decided to stop being lazy, wake up early and hike down. And we're walking between the olive fields. It's really, really pretty so far. And here's the sunlight. Oh, it's so pretty. We've made it down to the lake. Here's the water. And this is actually called a pantano in Spanish, which means it's an artificial lake made by a dam. It's the biggest one in Andalusia, but the water levels are very low this year because there's been a terrible drought and it just hasn't rained enough to fill it to normal standards. We're at the beginning of summer, so it's only gonna get worse, but at least for now there's water and it's stunning. We're on our way up and it's up. Afterwards, we went to the town of Iznájar, which gives the lake its name. We visited an oil cooperative and then walked around town. It was so cute. We had a great time. Obviously, our time here has been absolutely wonderful and we've enjoyed every minute of it. In fact, we really don't want to leave. But just for transparency's sake and because life is never perfect, let me share with you some not so ideal moments that also took place these days. First, on the way here, I noticed a lump on my chest. Lumps and bumps are not uncommon for me, but this one felt different and I panicked. I panicked a lot. After a couple of sleepless nights, I decided that it was time to go to the doctor. I went through all the loops necessary to get my insurance to cover me here and got my lump checked. Luckily, it was nothing. It's a cyst that I just have to check next year. And I'm so relieved, but it was scary for a little bit. Secondly, 1 week into our stay, I may have dropped my phone into the pool whilst trying to save a bug. This type of mistakes are painful for me. I beat up myself so bad. The good thing is that I bought my phone secondhand around 5 years ago and it was starting to fail on me. For example, the camera no longer worked. So I'm happy for the upgrade and now we'll just have to look for a proper way to recycle this one. And lastly, I've been reminded that the effects of my burnout are here with me for the time being. Even though I've been feeling so much better lately, I've still had days where I woke up feeling very anxious and stressed and couldn't really get myself to do anything at all. I've also noticed that a couple of tasks on my to-do list immediately overwhelmed me and I've had to be extra kind with myself. I know it will take time for me to feel better, but it's still been humbling to realize that going to a beautiful place and having all the time in the world to relax is not an instant cure. Oh, and I forgot to mention, we're of course not on a normal holiday, we are taking care of a home. So there's a lot of cleaning and upkeep tasks that we have to do all the time. We don't mind at all, to be honest, but just to be clear, there's a lot of cleaning. That is all for now. I hope you have enjoyed our first vlog showing you what our summer in Córdoba has been like. If you have enjoyed this vlog, want more like this, or have any suggestions of what we should cover next, please leave a comment below and subscribe to our very new channel. It will really make us happy. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time!